Good morning. I'm coming to you today from Solvang, California. I am here on a vacation with my family. And before we get going and doing the fun things that we have planned for the day, I got to get my movement in. So I have this great mobility class for us today. We'll start by sitting in a cross-legged position and doing 5 rounds of breath of fire. You do breath of fire by taking a big breath in through the nose and then bursting the air out in quick, sharp bursts out your nose. So it sounds like when you exhale. Close your eyes and let's begin. Inhale. 20 bursts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Burst it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Recovery breath. Just inhale. Exhale. Open your eyes and we'll stretch our necks. Take your ear over to your right shoulder and then lift, rainbow your head over, stretch to the left. Back to the first side up and over to the right. And then to the left. Again, over to the right. Back to the left. This time as we go to the right, we'll make a whole circle. Take the ear to the right and then chin down to the chest. Left ear to left shoulder. And then over the top, looking up and around. Again, circling that same direction, dropping the head down. Over to the left. And around, up, around the back. Again, right. Chin to chest. To the side. And around the back. Take your chin and rest it down in your chest. And switch the direction, rolling your head over to the right, but lifting it up around the back. Then to the left. Chin down to the chest. Again, to the right, then lift up and over the back. To the left. And down to the center. One more time. Over to the right. Look up as you roll the head around to the left. And then drop the chin down to the chest. Lifting your head up and down. Inhale, lift, look up. Exhale, chin to chest, look down. Inhale, lift your chin, look up. Exhale, tuck your chin, look down. One more. Inhale, lift, look up. Exhale, lower, look down. Lift your chin back to neutral. Your head goes to the right again, ear to shoulder. Your right hand will go over your head, just right above your ear, and you'll just use the weight of your hand to help stretch the neck out. Roll your opposite shoulder back and around in a circle, working out the tightness in your trapezius on the top of the shoulder. Steady the shoulder and just stretch, reaching that left arm out long, dropping your head down towards your shoulder. Release your hand, lift your head back up. We'll do the other side. Take your head to your left shoulder, your left hand above your head, just at the ear, gently give yourself a deeper stretch. Roll your shoulder around on the opposite side. Shoulder rolls. Give it one more roll. Lifting the shoulder up and around. And stretch the arm to the side. Hold it there. Static stretch. Release your hand and lift your head back up to the center. Both your arms sweep out, you lift overhead, touch the palms, and then interlace the fingers, flipping the palms up to the ceiling. Fold over to the right. Side stretch. Inhale back to center. Exhale, fold to the left. Hold. Inhale to center. Squeeze the shoulders up to your ears and then release your hands down to your chest. Push forward with the arms, rounding your back. And then just gentle shift side to side, stretching out between your shoulder blades. As you shift and move, try to work out any tightness or knots that you might have in between your shoulder blades. Find center. Release the hands. Sit up nice and tall, taking your hands onto your knees. Cat and cow. Inhale, arch your back, look up. Exhale, round your back, curving in. Inhale, you expand the body to open. Exhale, you round and curl in on yourself. Inhale, move to cat. Exhale, curl to cow. Last time through, arch, lifting and opening. Exhale, curling, rounding. Roll through the spine, come back to neutral position. And now make your way onto your hands and knees in a tabletop position. I'm going to hug the belly up and in, finding a neutral spine to begin with. Your weight is evenly distributed between your hands and your knees. Reach your right arm forward to the top of the mat, drop your chest down, and then you'll round up through your spine to come back up. Exhale, drop. Keep the head lifted till you get down, and then release, and then curl to round up through the spine. Exhale, arch to fold down. Inhale, round to come back up. Slide the right hand back in. Switch the left hand forward. Same thing. Arch down, and then roll up. Arch and fold down. Curl the spine, coming back up. One more. Folding down, arching, just nice and gentle. We're still in the morning getting movement, so don't push too hard right now. Send your right arm forward to meet your left. Scoot your knees back one step, then arch your spine, come down, and roll up. The exact same movement we just did, but now both our arms are forward. Arch to fold down, and round to curl up. Exhale takes you down in the arch, and your inhale rolls you up. We'll arch, fold down, keep your head lifted off the mat, and gently sway your body side to side. Right now we're opening up the thoracic spine and our shoulders in a very gentle way since it's still morning and we're probably stiff from our night's sleep. Come to center and just hold it there. Going into a stretch that feels good, but you're not pushing too hard, too fast. Then tuck your tailbone and roll up through your spine. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Down dog. Tuck the toes. Push your hips up and back. Press your chest open. Keep your knees bent. Shift your weight forward so the weight is on your hands. You have a 90-degree angle in your armpit. And then press your chest back, creating a 180-degree angle in the armpit. Shift forward, kind of like a plank position. And then push the hips up and back to a modified down dog. Hold in that down dog now and tread the feet, dropping the right heel toward the ground, keeping the left leg bent. Then switch, drop the left heel to the ground, bend your right leg. Switch again. Right straight, left bent. Switch, left leg straight, right leg bent. Going through it a little bit faster. Right leg straight, left leg straight. Right leg straight, left leg, right. And now drop your left heel down so both legs are working to be straight. Really push into your hands to press your chest as open as possible. Keeping those hips high, being the point of the triangle at the top. Solid base with your hands and your feet. Walk your hands back to your feet till you're in a forward fold. You can gently bend your knees and just shift your weight side to side. Relax your head. Make sure that you're not lifting your head, but letting it hang forward. Put your body in the middle, bend your knees, and then try to stretch your legs straight. Easy bend. And then lengthen. Try to stretch as much as you can. Bend and stretch. Look up, lifting your chest, trying to find a flat back. Pulling the legs as straight as you can, and then release your head down again, seeing if you can get into a little bit of a deeper fold. Bend your left knee, plant your left hand on the floor, and lift your right arm up to the ceiling, doing a twist, working to stack both your shoulders on top of each other. Your right leg is straight. Fold down, switch, right leg bent, right hand on the floor, left hand to the ceiling, twist through the rib cage. If you want blocks, you can always put blocks under your hands on any of these forward folds if you'd like. Release, come back to a forward fold. Walk your hands forward and your feet to a down dog. So if you need to adjust to put yourself in the middle, just come to a down dog. Stretching everything. Change your gaze to look between your hands. Step your right foot and your left foot up. Inhale, lift to a flat back. Exhale, bend, taking your belly to your thighs and shifting the weight forward, but keeping your belly on your thighs and your knees bent. What you're doing now is trying to create that deep crease where the belly can actually be on and touch your thighs. So bend your knees as much as you need to make that happen. Still trying to point the tailbone to the ceiling. Relax your head and neck. In this position, your shoulders are rounded forward. Then slowly start to roll up through the spine from the bottom to the top, stacking up your spine piece by piece. Take your time. When you get to your shoulders, open the shoulders out so you have a nice expansive chest. Lift your head, chin parallel to the floor. Floppy twists. Your arms relax, and you just twist your spine over to the right. Let your arms swing, then to the left. Right and left. You're welcome to turn your hips here, wringing out your spine. Twisting, natural movement with the arms. Easy does it. And now you'll just start to slow down a little bit until your body becomes still and your arms become still. Take a step back so you're in the middle of your mat, and we'll swing the knee across the body and then open. It's the hip that's doing inward and outward rotation. If you need to hold on to a chair or a wall for balance, go do that, no big deal. Let your arms just naturally swing and move however they want to. One more. Step and switch. Now your left leg will swing across and open. Exact same thing on the other side. In and out. Very nice. Relax and step down. Back to your right leg in full circle with the hip, turning the hip in and then opening it out. As you lift, see how high you can get the knee and keep it up as you rotate it all the way around. Again, your arms will just do whatever they want to do here. Switch sides, same thing with the left leg, lifting the knee and opening the hip out. Turning from parallel to turned out. One more. Now step down, walk your legs out, send your hips side to side, give yourself a shake, release everything out. Plant the feet hip distance apart, sink your hips back and down, take your hands to your heart, lift the chest, find chair pose. Hugging the belly in. We're building heat and strength in the body by holding this chair pose. A chair pose is essentially a squat, so it's really good for your quads. Release the arms, sweep them down and up as you stretch your legs. Your palms will touch overhead. And then exhale and release your hands down to the sides of your body. Move up to the front of the mat. Step your right foot back behind you into a lunge, tucking your back hip underneath. Place your hands on your waist and hold it there, getting a stretch through your hip flexor on your back leg. And stretch the legs straight. Try to push the heel down onto the floor. Keep lifting so that your shoulders are over your hips. Front leg is slightly bent. Shift your weight forward to step your back foot up and switch sides. Left leg steps back. Bend your knees. Tuck your back hip and hold. Setting the pelvis underneath you so you can really lengthen your hip flexor on your back leg. Stretch your back leg straight now. See if you can get the heel to the floor. Keep trying to tuck the hips under, lifting the belly up. Shift your weight forward to your front leg. Step your feet together. Step your right foot back further this time to a low lunge. Keep tucking the hips and then bend your front leg deep. Stretch your front leg to come up and then sink back down. Stretch. Try to go deeper. Sink, open, spread the legs apart. Stretch. Deepen as you sink down. Push and stretch. Sink and spread. Hold there. Reach forward, plant your hands on either side of your foot. Lift your left arm up to the ceiling, taking a twist. Your back leg should be straight and long. Your hand drops down. Your back knee will come onto the mat and untuck your toes. Move your left hand inside of your foot. And then you'll roll your hip open so you roll onto the outside blade of your foot and then open the hip and back down, flat foot, parallel hip. Open and flat. So you're rolling your hip open to come onto the blade of your foot. You want to stay there and then use your left hand to gently push the hip more open, holding in that stretch. Plant your hand, roll back onto a flat foot, tuck your back toes, push your hips up and back to a down dog. Really opening everything back up, stretching the legs, taking big breaths. Look forward, step your right foot up, your left foot up, inhale to a flat back, bend the knees, exhale, take your belly to your thighs, release your head and neck. Again, creating that deep crease in the hips. And then from there, you roll up to a standing position, taking your time to get all the way up. When you do get up, find your alignment of the shoulders over the hips over the ankles, and the chin pushed back. Standing tall. We go to the other side. Step your left leg back. Low lunge. Hands on your hips. Sink down and then extend up. Sink and spread. Push to extend. Drop down. Engage the muscles to push up and out of that low lunge. Drop and push. Drop down Extend up and down to the low lunge. Hands go down on either side of your foot. Find your twist, this time lifting the right arm up to the ceiling. Drive through the heel on your back leg. Release down. Drop your back knee to the mat. Untuck the toes. And then we'll roll out onto the blade, opening the hip and then closing. Rolling open, putting the foot flat as you close your hip. Open, close, and we take the stretch. Open, push into your knee, and hold it there so you can get a good stretch. Plant your hands, tuck your back toes, and come back into your down dog. Take a big breath. Look forward, step your feet up. Inhale to a flat back, looking up. Exhale, bend the knees, and again, fold down on yourself, taking the belly to the thighs. Deep crease in your hips. Just hang forward and then roll up through the spine, coming to standing. Stand with nice posture and alignment, finding the length through your entire body. You'll step your left foot back and then turn to face me so that our bellies are towards each other. Spread your feet out wide, hands to the hips. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, crease at your hips to fold down. Place your hands on the mat. Walk your hands over towards the right side. Bend your right knee and then stretch your right knee. Bend and stretch. Your left leg is going to stay straight the whole time. Your right leg is moving, bending, and stretching. Then walk over and do the same thing on the other side. Bend the left leg, stretch. Bend and stretch. One more. Bend and stretch. Come to the center. Lift the head. Inhale. Exhale. Fold down. Releasing the head. Take a hold of opposite elbows and swing side to side like a pendulum. Keeping the legs straight, the tailbone up, but your weight is going shifting side to side. Come to center. Place your hands back down on the mat. Try to pull your elbows towards each other. Take your left hand on the floor, twist, opening your right arm towards the ceiling. Switch, right hand down, left arm up, pulling from your rib cage, keeping your legs as straight as you can.
I'm feeling them. I was a mermaid.
Release back down. Inhale, flat back, lift your head and chest. Walk the hands forward till your arms are straight, and then tuck your chin into your chest, folding down. You're just on your fingertips with your hand. Legs again are straight. Tailbone to the ceiling. Lift your head. Walk the hands back under your shoulders. And then you'll walk and turn yourself up towards the front of the mat. Stretch your front leg nice and long, lifting your chest up. Finding pyramid pose. Again, if you want blocks, put blocks under your hands.
You can't keep mermaid.
Try to engage your kneecap to lift up in your leg. And step your back leg forward and switch to take your other leg behind. Same thing, pyramid pose on the other side. Keeping the chest nice and lifted. Straight line from your tailbone to the top of your head. Step back to your down dog, planting your hands, bend your knees, and then stretch your legs, dropping the heels to the floor. Bend and stretch. Keep pushing the chest back. Try to take your thighs to your belly as you bend, and then keep that position, but try to stretch the legs. Bend your knees, roll all the way down onto your knees so you're in a tabletop position. Inhale, head and tail lift up to find cow. Exhale, round to find cat. Inhale, belly drops, head and tail lift, cow. Exhale, curl, round to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale, curl and round to cat. Find your neutral position with your spine. Lift your right arm up to the ceiling, twist. Then exhale, thread the arm under your left arm and turn your body to try to look up towards the ceiling. Lift back onto all fours. We'll switch to the other side. Left arm up, twist, open. Pulling the shoulders on top of each other. Exhale, thread through and push with your hand to look up to the ceiling. Lifting back to all fours. Open your knees wide, your big toes touch. Reach back with your hips to try to sit over your heels. Your arms are forward and straight with your forehead rested down on your mat. Child's pose. Let your hips be heavy. See if you can create the deep crease in your hip flexors so you can sink back a little bit more.
I'm doing my bias profile.
Lift your head, walk your hands over to the right, and then lay your head back down. This will give you more of a stretch through your side body.
I don't know what it is. I didn't take this. Okay.
Lift your head, walk your hands to the left, lay your head down.
Where's the pose? Wait. I'm doing my leg. Okay, I'm doing my leg. O. N. And right here. N. That's not your leg.
Lift your head, take your hands back to the center, lay your head down one last time. Practicing your big, full, deep breaths to help start to calm everything down, boosting your relaxation. Roll up through your spine. And then come to sit down, putting yourself in the middle of your mat. Stretch the legs out in front of you, wiggle them, roll your shoulders a few times. Bend your left leg and step it over your right leg. You'll wrap your right arm around your leg and then twist away from your knee, finding rotation through the spine.
Turn it off the right way.
I did.
No, I didn't. You just closed it.
Unwind, switch legs, bend your right leg and step it over your left leg. Your left arm wraps around your leg, giving it a hug. Then you want to sit tall and twist.
Stop it. Don't hit Annie. Annie, no. Stop.
Unwind. Scoot yourself till you're in the middle of your mat and then lay yourself down nice and slow. Sorry, my kids were bumping my tripod there, a little wiggly. But we're down in Shavasana now. Close your eyes if you haven't. Soften your body. Your palms are up to the ceiling. Your hips are open with your feet turned out to the sides. Your face is soft, your jaw is soft, and you allow yourself to completely relax. Slowly roll into a ball on your right side. You can keep your eyes closed. Make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Your hands rested either on your knees or in your lap. We'll end with balanced breath, inhaling through the nose for a count of 4 and exhaling out the nose to a count of 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. Take your right hand, place it on your heart, your left hand on your belly, and you can repeat the mantra with me the second time through if you'd like. May these practices heal and strengthen my body and my mind. May these practices heal and strengthen my body and my mind. Place your hands together in a prayer and bow your head down. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Make sure you like and subscribe to keep updated on all new videos.